नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु भागवत सेवया भगवतीतमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिके। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd Canto, the status quo, chapter 20th, conversations between the Maitreya and Vidura, text number 27. Tvam ekah kil lokanam, Tvam ekah kil lokanam, Kalishtanam kleśadas, Kalishtanam kleśadas. Tvam ekah kleśadas teṣām, Tvam ekah kleśadas teṣām, anāsanna-padāṁ tava, anāsanna-padāṁ tava. Tvam ekah kil lokanam, Kalishtanam kleśadas, Tvam ekah kleśadas teṣām, anāsanna-padāṁ tava. Tvam ekah kil lokanam, Kalishtanam kleśadas, Tvam ekah kleśadas teṣām, anāsanna-padāṁ tava.
Tvam ekah kil lokanam, kleśadanam kleśanashana, Tvam ekah kleśadas teṣām, anāsanna-padāṁ
Synonyms. Tvam, you. Ekah, alone. Kila, indeed. Lokanam, of the people. Kalishtanam, afflicted with miseries. kleśadas, the distresses. nāsanna, relieving. Tvam ekaha, you alone. kleśadas, inflicting distress. teṣām, on those. anāsanna, not taken shelter. padāṁ, feet. tava, your. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation. My Lord, you are the only one capable of ending the affliction of the distress and inflicting agony on those who never resort to your feet. Translation with the repetition. My Lord, you are the only one capable of ending the affliction of the distressed and inflicting agony on those who never resort to your feet. The word kleśadas teṣām anāsanna-padāṁ tava indicate that the Lord has two concerns. The first is to give protection to the persons who take shelter of His lotus feet. And the second is to give trouble to those who are always demonic and who are inimical towards the Lord. Māyā's function is to give afflictions to the non-devotees. Here Brahmā said, you are the protector of the surrendered souls. Therefore, I surrender unto your lotus feet. Please give me protection from these demons. Who are the demons? His own sons. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta. Om ajnana-timirandhasya jnana-salakaya chakshur-anmilitam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namo. Om Vishnu-padaya Krishna-krishnaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swamiti Namane. Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paśyāti Deshatarini. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Tvam ekaha. Eka means, or kila means, indeed, you are the only one. Ekaha kila. So, tvam ekaha kila lokanam. You are the only one. Lokanam kalishtanam. Kalistana means miseries, who are inflicted with the miseries. Kleśadas. You are the only one who can remove the miseries. No one else. Who is saying? Brahmā is saying. Tvam ekaha kil lokanam kalishtanam kleśadas. So when we get some miseries, there's only one who can protect us from miseries. So we have discussed in the last class, when devotee gets any problem, material, spiritual, any problem in their life, they always take the shelter of the Lord only. Duskaram sukaram bhavet. Kalish. What is the first line? Kathanchin ismartit ashmin. Duskaram sukaram bhavet. Vismrte na vipritam shat. Sri Chaitanya namamitam. Just remembering the Lord, any big problem become a very insignificant problem. Dussakaram sukaram bhavet. So when you are in any mess, we just take the shelter of the Lord. Like we remember in when Nanda Maharaj was returning from Mathura after paying the tax. So Vasudeva, he informs there could be some problem in disturbance in Vrindavan. So he became very anxious because Krishna, Balram, they were alone, Yashoda Māyā, and many of the cowherd men, they had come to this thing. So while going, he was very much, lot of agony. What is happening? He indicated there could be some problem. So that time Prabhupada writes in Krishna book, Nanda Maharaj took the shelter of the Lord. So that is one of the feature of the devotee. Any problem in the life, we must take the shelter of the Lord. So tvam ekaha kil lokanam kalistanam kleśadas. On the other hand, it says tvam ekaha kleśadas teṣām. Dam is to give. Klesha. Lord, He is the only one who gives the klesha. Who is it? Anāsanna-padāṁ tava. Who does not take the shelter of the Lord. So, Prabhupada always said we have to mold our life such a manner that we always able to remember Krishna. Always take the shelter. Even the Yamaraj is saying to his Yamdutas, Jivana bhakti bhagavat gunanam dhiyam chetas chana ismarati tad charana vindam krishnoy no namati yat chid ekadapi tan anadhyam asato krit vishnu kritan. So Jivana bhakti. Bhakti means बोलना, जिसकी जीव भगवत गुण नाम देहम, नाम भगवत गुण नाम देहम. यदि किसी की जीव भगवान ने दी है, if does not recite, call out the name of Krishna and his glories. So यहाँ पर यमराज बोल रहे हैं यमदूत को, ढूंढ ढूंढ के लेके आओ. Go and search them, bring them. कौन है? जीवाना भक्ति भगवत गुण नाम देहम. Who is not chanting the holy name of the Lord, not glorifying the Lord. और चेतस चाना स्मृति तच्चरण विंदम. Who is not thinking of the lotus feet of the Lord. Krishnai no namati yat chid ekadapi. And who does not, his head doesn't bow down to the Lord. Tan anadhyam asato krit vishnu kritan. Because he is not doing his job. So in reality, we are only meant to glorify Krishna. We are meant to remember his lotus feet and we bow down. Man mana mad bhakto madhyachi mam namaskar. So tan anadhyam Anadvam means bring before me. Anadvam, bring them. Tam means to them. Asataha, those non-devotee who akrit Vishnu krityan. They are meant for serving Vishnu, Krishna, but akrityan, but they are not serving. So, my dear servant, please bring me only those sinful persons who do not use their tongues to chant the holy name and the qualities of Krishna, whose hearts do not remember the lotus feet of the Lord, and whose heads do not bow down even once before Lord Krishna. Send me those who do not perform their duties towards Vishnu, which are the only duties in human life. Please bring me all such fools and rascals. So Prabhupada writes in the Purport, Vishnu Krityan is very important in this verse because purpose of human life is to please Vishnu and Krishna. There is no other purpose. If you are not doing so, then actually that's called sinful activity. If our actions are not meant to please the Lord, give pleasure to the Lord, then sin. So like in this verse, similarly Bhagavad Gita says, Paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya duskrita dharma sanstapnarthaya sambhavani yogi yogi. So Krishna descended to protect his devotees and annihilate the demons, kill the demons, inflict them with the miseries. But sometimes we do see the devotees also go through the misery. Haridas Thakur, Prahlad Maharaj, Pandavas, lot of examples. Even though the devotee may go through the miseries, but they always take the shelter of Krishna, like Haridas Thakur. So Vrindavan Thakur writes in the Chaitanya Bhagavatam, Khanda Khanda De, even my whole body get cut into pieces, but I will not leave with chanting the holy name of the Lord. Prahlad Maharaj, Pandavas. So the devotees, they always take the shelter. And Krishna descend in a different form. Krishna assumed a different form. Like we are reading the Varaha incarnation. So the Lord comes in a Varaha. So two kinds of Varaha. First Varaha came in beginning, the first Manvantara. What is his name? Which color? Sweet Varaha. But to kill the Hiranyaksha, he came in the Rakta Varaha. So what is the original form of Krishna? In the spiritual world, the Lord have either a two-handed form and four-handed form. So when Lord descends from the spiritual world, he assumes certain forms. In the spiritual world, the Lord has either two-handed form in a Golok Vrindavana, others are four-handed form. Even Prabhupada writes, even the Lord Ramchandra, he descended, he has a four-handed form in the spiritual world. He is not a two-handed form. He assumed the form of Ram and Lakshmana. He is a Vasudev and Shankarshana. Similarly, when Varaha, Matsya, Kurma, Lord assumed that form. Ultimately, he is a four-handed form. Sometimes we see in picture, some Lord is also the four-handed form, Varaha also there. karma is also there. So always remember, the spiritual world, Lord has only either two-handed form or the four-handed form. Even we say when the Narayana descent, he descends in the form of Vishnu. He is not the original Narayana. We have three varieties of Garbhodakshaya, Kshirodakshaya and Kandakshaya Vishnu. In sense, he is not all the complete features as Narayana. So when Lord is descending as a Vishnu, so Narayana, so Sankarsana descends as a Sheshna, Anant Shesha, Anantanaga. So that form is not there in the spiritual world. He assumed that form to serve the Lord. In spiritual world is a Sankarsana form. Like when the Lord Ram came, Lakshmana came. So Lakshmana is a Sankarsana. This very beautifully is only the Acharya or our Guru Shish Parampara can give us this information. Who has come from a spiritual world, he only can give this knowledge. Even the Jeev Goswami also has given a lot of beautiful commentary on this different incarnation. So the original form of the Lord is Govindam Adi Purusham Tamham Bhajami. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchitananda Anadi Adi Govindam. So original form of Krishna is a two-handed form of Krishna. The last class we have read one on the Purport. The original form having the flute in the hand. He is a peacock feather. teṣām Varna. Even the Balram is the first expansion. Original form. Like that's the reason Bhagavatam says, Krishnastu Bhagavan Shanam. Indradi Vyakula. teṣām skalah pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Indradi Vyakulam Lokam Mriyanti. So the original form which the Lord has is a two-handed form. So that's the reason Prabhupada was saying in the last purport we have read, I don't remember the Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter. We should meditate on the two-handed form of the Lord, having flute in hand, he is a peacock feather, and the teṣām Varna. Not divert the form, even the four-handed form of Vishnu. Prabhupada is right. So the Sarva Karana is only Krishna. All are either plenary portion or portion of the plenary portion. So when Lord is descending, he assumes certain forms. But there is all spiritual form. We can't say it's the Lord, whichever form, even the Brahmā is a spiritual form of the Lord. In one sense, all the forms are spiritual. Everything is spiritual for the Lord. Either he and his energy exist. Like, and Krishna descend in that original form. Always in the 7th mantra, which cycle? 28th cycle. And Prabhupada writes in the one on the Purport, in the first canto, when the Lord descend, Treta and Dwapar Yuga changes. Actually in journal, what happens? Satyuga, Dwapar Yuga, Treta Yuga, Kali Yuga. This is the pattern happens always. But when Krishna descends in the original form, look like a human. Look like human, it's not human. Like even Bhagavad Gita says, what is this sloka? Manushim tanum ashritam. So it look like a human form. But that is original form of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna Balram was always everything, only color is different. But still, original form is said is a Syama Varna. And the Balram is Sukla, is a fair complexion. Is a Krishna Varna, Syama Varna. So when the Lord is sent only once, that is just not the original form of the Lord. And our Acharya, especially the Gaudiya Vaishnava, saying only focus on that form. All other forms are temporary, manifested here. But they are also either two-handed form, four-handed. There is no other third. They have a Sanga, Chakra, Gada, Padma in different combinations. That's it. This speech is one. Or generally people, Lord Ramchandra appeared is Treta Yoga, but not this Treta Yoga, Jigo Samanya. Which Treta Yoga? 24th side. So there came Sat Yoga, Dwapar Yoga and Treta Yoga. Like this you can skip. But when Krishna appearing, this gets suffered. So that two-handed form of Krishna is very, very special. And that is cause of all causes. So that and Krishna always wished to protect his devotees. Devotees means who are fully dependent on the Lord. Demons, everyone has to depend on something. They depend on their own skills, our own power. So that's the reason we have seen in the whole Bhagavatam multiple times. When the Devatas get any problem, they take shelter of the Lord. And in the 6th Kandu, 1st chapter, it is said that Sakrin mana Krishna padar vindyor nevisitam tad gunragi irya nate yamam pas bhatas cha tad bhatan sapnopi pashyanti hi chirniskrita. Sapnopi pashyanti, na sapnopi pashyanti. She does not see even in a dream. What he does not see? Yamam pas bhatas cha tad bhatam. Yamam means Yamaraj. Tad bhatam means his servant. And Yamam what he takes? Pas bhatas. He carries the Yam Pasha. So who does not see even in dream? Who are Sakrin mana Krishna padar vindyo nevisitam tad gularagi area. Whose mind is always thinking of Bhajaman Sri Nandana Abhay Charanar Vindare. So when we think of the Lord, actually by chanting Hare Krishna, we are trying to remember Krishna. So whose mind thinks of the Lord, then, and Nivishitam Tadgod Ragi area, and who develop attachment to Krishna's Guna Leela Nama. So repeatedly Bhagavatam, see, these all very confidential Vedas or Upanishad, it only talks about the impersonal mostly. There are some features here and there, but in general, they talks about this. That's the reason Vedvasi was not happy. Even though he's compiled, it's not ordinary thing, compiling the Vedas, Upanishad, and other Puranas, till he come to the point of describing Krishna exclusively through Srimad Bhagavatam. So the Bhagavatam is very, very special. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Aradhyo Bhagavan Brajis Tanyastadham Vrindavanam Ramya Kachit Upasana Brajbadus Vargirya Kalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam Prema Pumartha Maha Shiv Chaitanya Matam Idam Tathradarana. So the Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam is spotless authority of Srimad Bhagavatam. Otherwise, other Vedic literature you will get lost. So Srila Prabhupada is descending from Golokdham. He is not some devotee, very special Srila Prabhupada. And whole our Guru Shishya Parampara is very, very special, is beyond our imagination. हमको गोलोक धाम का जाने का एक रास्ता, परफेक्ट रास्ता हमारे लिए बना के गए प्रभुपाद. But just we have to stick to that teachings of Srila Prabhupada as it is our life and so. Prabhupada wants to take us to the Golok Dham, not even Vaikuntha. He says, don't divert our attention even. So to approaching Krishna, worship Krishna is not so. So that's why sometimes Prabhupada says, when you worship Radha Krishna, we worship in the Lakshmi Narayana, in the form Rakshana they are receiving. Because Krishna is supremely pure, very difficult to worship Krishna. And difficult in sense, because we don't have purity. Even the Aishwarya Bhava is not there in the Golok Dham. And how pathetic condition, we're struggling with our controlling the mind and senses. So sad it is. We have been awarded with such a golden opportunity. And Prabhupada says some of the purports of Bhagavatam. Even the demigods, they will descend as a human being to become the part of Hare Krishna movement. So we got such a wonderful opportunity as a human life. And Prabhupada has given everything what we require to do that. So yes, we have to step by step, we have to take the process very sincerely, delicately, and understand what a gift I got. That the little here and there, some filthy things with sense gratification, we will lose this great opportunity. And that original form Krishna descend only once in the day of Brahmā. So, and on the contrary, it is said that those who do not surrender to the Lord gives them miseries. Prabhupada writing in this purport, in this Sakrin Mana Krishna, Prabhupada is quoting Sarva Dharman Pratyajmayakam Sharnam Vaja Aham Tvam Sarpape Vimokshayamasu. So with this, Prabhupada is writing, one does not surrender to Krishna, he is asura. If by studying Srimad Bhagavad Gita, one decide to surrender to Krishna, is immediately free from all sinful reactions. It is also significant that Sukadeva Goswami, having several times repeated the word Vasudeva Parayana, Vasu Narayana Parayana, finally says Krishna Padaravindu. Thus, he indicates that Krishna is the original both Narayana and Vasudeva. So, Krishna, he writes first Vasudeva Parayana, Narayana Parayana, then in the same chapter, Krishna is saying, Sukadeva Goswami is saying, Krishna Padaravindu. Origin Narayana is Krishna. So thus he indicates that Krishna is the origin of both Narayana and Vasudeva. Even though Narayana and Vasudeva are not different from Krishna, simply by surrendering to Krishna, one fully surrendered to all his expansions such as Narayana, Vasudeva, Govinda, etc. Matta partaram nanyat. There is no truth superior to him. There are many names in the forms of Supreme Personality of Godhead, but Krishna is the Supreme. Krishnastu Bhagavan. It's all Prabhupada has given different places with, when we read his books very systematically, we get the secrets. Therefore, Krishna recommends neophyte devotee ones who surrender to him only. Neophyte stage was saying. Because neophyte devotee cannot understand what is the form of Narayana Vasudeva. So when Krishna is saying, Jan karma chame divyam evam yoga, so know Krishna in the tattvata, in reality. We can know by only the pure devotees. And the human life is meant for that. So Prabhupada says, unless you read my books, you cannot understand Krishna. Yes, we have to work, we have to do all the things. At the same time, we have to understand if we really inclined to know Krishna. Herein, this is also supported by the word Krishna Padaravindu. Narayan does not speak personally, but Krishna does, as in Bhagavad Gita, for example. Therefore, to follow the direction of Bhagavad Gita means to surrender to Krishna. Surrender in this way is the highest perfection of Bhakti Yoga. So even Parikshit Maharaj, he was in the womb of his mother. Lord has protected him. So Krishna protects his devotees on all circumstances. That faith, complete dependency we must have. And as we know, we heard of Narayana Parasarvena Kutushchan Vidyati Sarga Apavarga Narkeshu Abhitulyat. So as long as you have to remember Krishna, we are with Krishna. So there is no, like when Haridas Thakur was beating the 22 mark, he always remember chanting the holy name. Like in the one of the place in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavatam, somewhere it is said that once Lord has shown the marking Chaitanya Bhagavatam on his back. So from where they came? The marking were there when Haridas Thakur was beaten. So Lord has covered him. So beating was coming to the Lord, not to the Haridas Thakur. So when devotees are insulted, the Lord gets too much pain. In the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu giving the teachings to the Rupa Goswami at Prayag, and the, I think, 19th chapter, some chapter of Madhya Leela. So Prabhupada quotes this sloka, which Brahmā Brahmate Kona Bhagavan Jiva, and further detailing describe about the Bhakti Lata and how Bhakti Lata grows. And the Bhakti Lata is growing, the watering is like a Shravan Kirtana. Is a, and 2 days back we read one Mangala Arati quote, beautiful quote. But Pada saying Davagni. What is the Davagni? Anyone remembers Pada? Yeah. So, thoughts in the mind. Sensitive thoughts in the mind is Davagni. Actually, the real Davagni is our thought. And for the rest, there's only one way to get rid of Davagni is Shravan Kirtan. There's no other way. So we are working, yes, we have to work. That's undoubtedly our Rajaguna tendency. But it's very important to hear about Krishna. Chant his glories. So even the Bhagavad Gita is beautiful if you read Prabhupada's purpose systematically and in a long, I would say, you read half an hour, you won't get feel of it. So when you read for a longer time, then actually understand the mood of Prabhupada, mood of Krishna. So, Prabhupada does not want to only us to satisfy with some knowledge here and there. So there's some liberation here and there, something. Prabhupada wants you the topmost, the highest thing available in the complete existence. Krishna Prema. So we have to read Srila the books, understand, and discuss among the devotees. So devotee life is dedicated for what? Matchittam, buddhiyantas parasparam, kathayanta shamam nityam, tushyanti tam. The real pleasure is that, not the foolish sum of sense gratification. So then bhakti lata when grow, the beats also grow along with that. You are not careful, we are doing bhakti, but beats also growing. So even though you are doing Shravan Kirtana, but the bees are, is a watering, this is the water. The bees are taking out the water. Puja, pratishtha, lava, kutniti, nisitachar. And what is that? Jivins. So we have to be very, very careful. The beads, we have to be vigilant if they are growing or not. They have to be. And they get converted into sense gratification, all over material nature. Bhakti Santaka means puja, pratishtha, lava, sukar, vista. Nothing is more than sukar vista. There would have been something else there, but no, that is sukar vista. And so we must vigilant what we are looking for in this world. Really we want Krishna, or we want some foolish thing, some little glorification or some clapping and some of our greatness. What we are looking. Actually, if we want Krishna, then we have to trade on the real path given by Srila Prabhupada or our great Acharya. Actually, Prabhupada is combined everything. When Prabhupada writing the purport, they used to keep all Vishwanath Chakdev Thakura books and all Sadhguru Swami. He giving the gist, which are the right medicine for all of us. And Prabhupada says you have to contemplate in this knowledge, you have to think of this knowledge. So we have to use this wonderful human life we want, and all the needs Krishna will fulfill. There's no need to be scarce. It's not something unless I go, the resources will be less. No, Krishna will fulfill whatever required. So let us do what Krishna is wanting from us. What is Srila Prabhupada expect? Whatever Guru Shish Parampara is expecting from us. And this is our real value. So when you Sankirtan, Nam, Japa, this Krishna was very pleased. And always it is said, Nastyu, 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 Katera. There's no other way. Repeatedly, many times it says only Sankirtana, by holy name of the Lord, hearing about Krishna. So we have to be very systematic, following the instructions, understanding what Srila Prabhupada is demanding from us. And we will be really happy and content. Otherwise, we're looking for some foolish, some stale happiness, which is ultimately will not be happy. When we indulge in sense gratification, we are left with a vacuum and the whole miseries. It will be much more misery than what we can expect. So we should have that complete faith. And it is said in the beginning of Bhagavatam, which we read many times, Apanna samsitim ghoram yan nam vivishto gృణాన్ tata sadyo vimuccheta yad viviti swayam bhayam. So samsitim ghoram is a ghora. Or yan nam, so the Lord's holy name is so powerful. Vivisho, even if one takes in Vivish, living entity who are entangled in the complicated meshes of birth and death can be freed immediately by even unconsciously chanting the holy name of Krishna, which is feared by a fear personified. So Prabhupada do not want to help us only to remove our sinful activities, but to take us back to God. For that we have to do without offenses the holy name. And when we read Prabhupada, and we can experience real Vrindavan Golokdham even in this world by staying along with the devotee. If we are Chetna, we become purified. So let us try, all of us sincerely. We are all on the sadhaka, but still we know what to do. Some people, even the one, they may not know. We have got the opportunity and everything very crystal clear. So let us follow very sincerely and achieve, and this will give pleasure to Prabhupada and Krishna both, because their desire is to take us back, and Prabhupada has descended only for that purpose. So Prabhupada said one purport, I want all of my disciples should become a pure devotee of Krishna. That's the expectation from Sanga. So let us try, take some trouble, physical, mental, whatever is there. Let's take all for Krishna. You can release even so-called some pain to the bodies and mind. As a stake, sincerely try, we can experience the real bliss and happiness even in this world. So I will stop at Grindhara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jagat Guru Sharpam Pam. I go pray Hari Hari.